back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. All right, welcome back to untilit.works. Hopefully that last work session was a productive one for you. I think I pretty much got all the post radio show promo stuff done. I think I got it to all the different social media posts that I wanted to do. So that's good. I'll actually be able to work on things, coding projects now. So that's pretty dope. All right, real quick, there's this thing on my keyboard. What is this? Like a hair or something? That's weird. All right, focus. Cool. So welcome back. I wanted to talk about a new site that I just launched, and there's a couple of things. Give me a second here. Like I really should. It's weird because I think my USB hub thing is going bad, and it's I had some technical issues before starting this, so I'm kind of hoping it still works. But let me show you something real quick. So this site I made, like I mentioned before, is going to kind of be like a base for other projects. And let me explain. So let me share my screen here. And I figured go through the site, take a look at it, see what I use to create it, and then maybe you'll enjoy it. Oh, by the way, let me put a link to it as well. So it'll be right next to the video, the recording, so you can check it out. All right, add the link, save the link. All right. So this is the site. The site is clonethis.site, right? Clonethis.site. I also own clonethis.app, clone this app. But if you go to either one, it takes you to this, right? And so it is pretty fast. Like it is. So let me refresh this. That's it. Like I just refreshed it. That was it. I refreshed it. Amazing. So let's talk about how I built it. So the whole point of it is that, like it says, I like to make projects. And if you click on projects, it shows you some of the projects that I've created. Some of them I didn't put on there because they're not that great. But these are ones where I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. So it even has like this site, even though it's kind of like broken. Which reminds me, I just noticed, I think an issue could be that something weird is happening, because previously I have like different webhooks so that I don't have to like upload the recordings of the video, right? I think there's something happening with the webhook where maybe it's firing off multiple times. Cause I noticed where I'm hosting the videos is getting like 4 of the recording. Like, so it's like 4 things being uploaded. I don't know. It's weird. So I'm going to have to probably look into something back. I'm not that great at the back end. Like I was even worse back then. So I'm going to look back at it again at some point and see what I can do. But neither here nor there. I got projects like this to launch. So as you can see, I make a lot of different websites, right? And what I want to do is that I want to have, because folks have kind of asked me like, hey, how could I make something like that, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going to create like bare bones starters projects so that people can just like one-click deploy and be able to build on top of it however they would like. You know what I'm saying? And so so right now I'm still working on some of them, right? And some of them I'm refactoring. But so the things that I'll have there, now check this out. So you select you can select the starter, right? Well, that doesn't show up on the screen share. Oh, that's weird. So, but there's different, right now there's 3 different starters. I wonder why that doesn't show up on a screen share. That is weird. Neither here nor there. Maybe if you had like something like private, maybe. Oh, I don't know. But you click that, it shows like 3 different projects. So there's like a code along. And so what I'm going to do with that is that it's going to be an actual project to where I have this site, myworkshops.live. Let me show you what it's kind of based on. And so I have this site that I created where basically I get to do a bunch of different workshops all over the world. Pretty dope, right? And so, but these are like in person for the most part, right? And the way I have it set up is that people code along with me as I'm giving the workshop. So you do it all in the browser, right? And so, but the thing is, it's like I'm there with you. You know what I mean? And so what I basically did was that with this project, we're going to do it to where it's a little bit more suited for online. So kind of like with this, but imagine being able to code in your browser as we're coding along with a project, right? And so that's what that's going to be. And so I want to make that so where other people can do it as well. And as you can see, it's finalizing the platform. So I'm working on some stuff, right? And what's cool is, so I have a summary here, right? And I'm saying it's coming soon, and then like the status of it. And then I have this update. So if you want more updates, you can check out the GitHub discussions, because that's where everything is going to be you're going to be able to like one-click deploy from like GitHub. And so I'm kind of like integrating GitHub a little bit into it for certain things like discussions. So I click that, and then you can see here. So yeah, the code along starter updates. And so this is where all the updates will go. Didn't really know that they had discussions. I was like, that's pretty dope. Because I was going to do this whole other thing for. I'm just going to use that. It's there. That's pretty dope. All right. Cool. Back to this now. So that's the code along. I'm working on that. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to kind of like dog food it myself. So my plan is to do a series of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like online code along event stuff. And so I have this whole idea of what I want to do. And I'm going to use this for that, so I can kind of like test it, make sure everything's cool before I release it for other people to try. Right? So that's the plan for that one. Then we have an event streaming starter. You notice how it fades in between different pages? That's pretty dope. I want to talk about where that came from. But I have this site that I created called otech.events, right? And it's a place where, like it says, to watch Orlando Tech Talks. And I go to a lot of different meetups around town. And so I figured while I'm there, why not stream the events for other people who can't make it, right? And so I would go, so like you see, we have a Python coming up. We got coffee and WordPress, Orlando Lady Developers Meetup. I'm saying Orlando Devs Meetup. Very nice, right? And so you can see we have the different talks. It's been a minute since I've gone to one, but you can check out all the different. So you can see like the recording of the video that I did and streamed and everything. Cool. So I figured, since I can't make it to every event, why not allow the groups to actually stream their own stuff? So that's what this is. And right now I have I'm getting a couple of different organizations to try them out to see how it works out for them before I go ahead and start again making it available for everybody. So right now I'm getting a couple of groups to try it out, like the local Orlando devs and some other folks to try it. And so we'll see how it works out. Hopefully it works out good. And again, so you can see status and then the updates that it's coming soon. All right. This banner thing showing that I'm sharing the screen is taking up a whole lot of space. It's weird. All right. Cool. So that's the second project. Third project is a photo gallery. All right. And I have this site here. Let me share this tab instead. So yeah, this tab thing at the top. How can I get rid of this tab that says about sharing the screen? Like, it's a very thick tab. It doesn't need to be that. Before it used to be like little buttons at the bottom. Now it's I don't know, whatever. It's fine. So I created the site Dwayne doing stuff.in or Dwayne.in, and it's like a traveling photo gallery thing that I created. Like I'm actually going to Okinawa in next month, right? And so this has all the different places. So it's kind of for me to be like all the different places I get to visit. You know, I mean, I want to remember all these things. And so you can like click in, and I have this thing now because I post so many pictures that sometimes like it always started at the beginning before, and I would have to like go through to get to where I was before. But now I have this thing pop up to say, hey, do you want to continue where you left off? Sure. And so it takes me back to the last place, all local storage. So yeah, so I post a bunch of pictures and videos of my trips, right? And people ask me like, hey, how could I get something similar to that, right? And so this site is like a lot. It's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, right? It's a lot. So I've made it a little bit more streamlined. And I actually have an earlier version of this, but I wanted to, and we'll talk about why I haven't posted this yet. But this is what it kind of looked like before, like its current iteration, right? Let me refresh this. And like I said, it's more of like a starter kit. So then you can add on to it. And so you can like scroll through these, right? Now, and you can click one, it'll take you into it, and you have like the details and all that stuff, right? And you can kind of scroll in between. Cool. Now, all this I use. Oh, by the way, there's like a shop as well. So if you want to pick up some cool T-shirts or anything like that, it's there for you also. All right, cool. So yeah, all right. So what I used to create this was astro.build. Let me close out all this stuff here. Too many tabs. So this is the site I use, right? I use this for a bunch of different projects. Even the starter projects will be using Astro as like the framework, because what I like about Astro is that it tries to make things as quick as possible by like shipping as few as JavaScript as possible. So it tries to render as much as possible that needs to be rendered, that don't need to be interactive, and so the things load quickly. Like you saw, my site loads mad quick because there's a lot of things that didn't need JavaScript, right? So it's pretty dope. And I got to use a lot of new things. I never used content collections before, so I'm using that now on there. And another cool thing that I really like are the view transitions. And so that's how you saw that from page to page between the different projects, like my little emoji, Bitmoji character changed. It kind of like faded in and out. And but yeah, so I'm using Astro. Now, let me see. So will it have, hold on, where's the search documentation, view transitions. So yeah, so this is the thing I was talking about before, view transitions, right? And so that's pretty dope. And the reason why my photo gallery isn't up yet, like it's ready to go, but I want to refactor it so that like there's view transitions like between the images on the gallery page to the details page. But I was kind of going through it. I can see why it's not working now that I see how Astro is doing it. I got it to work just doing vanilla like JavaScript, the view transitions API, which was a lot. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So that's why I was going to use the Astro one, since I'm using Astro. But the way they have theirs set up, I think is with the rendering, it needs to be there. Whereas mine was kind of adding it with JavaScript, the different tag names or whatever. So I got to rethink how I want to make that work now. So I have to do that refactor. But at some point, I'll have that up there. All right, cool. So yeah, that is the new site, clone this site. And yeah, pretty dope. So I think it's pretty dope. And check it out. Oh, another thing. So I to do like the different like light modes and dark modes and stuff. Wow, that blew up pretty quick when I put this in here. So what I did is that depending on what you have set for your browser or your computer, it will use that to determine whether you want to do light mode or dark mode. So right now, this computer is set up for like light mode. But if I had it like my other laptop, it's like dark mode. I just use whatever. So if I want to do dark mode, it just automatically switches. So whatever your preference is, it will go to that preference. So I thought that was kind of cool. So all CSS, no JavaScript needed. Like it's just CSS. Like it's super dope. So I probably shouldn't have flashed that so many times, but yeah. So that is that. Cool. And then it's like responsive too. So it wasn't too much I need to do as responsiveness. Like it just goes, so that changes, goes, and then goes away. And you kind of see. So it's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing huge. But I don't know. It works. I like it. And where's the oh, that's weird. There it is. The X to close the inspector tool like went away. It was weird. All right, I'm gonna get y'all back to work, but this is the new site and the new project. Let me know what you think if you check it out. If there's any one of these that you would like to see, well, again, you can't see the options. If any of the starter projects you want to see first, let me know. Maybe I'll put a little bit more time into that. But right now, the way it is, I think I'm doing, well, the event streaming starter, that's basically already good to go. So I have some people testing that now. If you want code along, I have a prototype working, but there's some other stuff I want to add to it. Some stuff that I've created since then, and since I've learned, I want to add to that. So that's probably going to be next, and I'll start the streaming series to test it out. And then the photo gallery, I'll get to that at some point. So yeah, but that's that. So, check it out. Let me know what you think. And till then, I'm going to get y'all back to work. So let me stop my screen share here. Cool. And get y'all back to work. I'm going to send y'all off with some traveling music as usual. This right here is an artist that goes by the name of Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. And see you 15 minutes after the hour. We'll take a look at an artist's website, listen to some music, watch some videos. Maybe you'll become a fan. All right. So again, thanks for tuning in. See y'all in the next break session. Y'all be easy. And Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter, thank you. All right, peace.
I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to, you were there. And I feel like, yeah. And everybody says, yeah. We spread love like, yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to, you were there. And I feel like, yeah. And everybody says, yeah.